So this is my project. Here for the blueprint programming fundamentals, we have different variables here. We have IsMoving, which is a Boolean and is falling. We have the jump counter and the max jumps, which are integers. And then we also have this health, which is a float. For the Gamplay Framework, we have the controlled pawn, which is my character right here. We have the character cam, which is right here. It's the viewpoint, and then we also have the game mode. It's the winning condition is to get to this platform right here. As the final objective. For the advanced blueprint concepts, we have the AnimationStateMachine, which is basically what this does. It looks at whether or not the character is moving, and based on its state of motion or lack thereof, it assigns a different flipbook to that to the character. And if we look down here, you can see it's updating the animation using this function right here. We also have branches. So the concept of branches right here, has a condition. In this case, we're basically having the condition that if the player inputs a jump, then it's going to check if the jump counter is less than the max jumps, and if that is true, then it's going to allow the character to jump. We also have the flip-flop, and basically, so this enemy is designed, it runs from point A to point B, and in this case, it's using the flip-flop function basically just to flip its flipbook. So it has the running animation, and basically this flip-flop says when it gets to the end of gets to point A or to point B, then it's going to flip its flipbook so that the character looks like it's running forward rather than looking like it's running backwards. And then for the objects and components, so we have this capsule right here. That is a a collision component. We also have children. So if we look here, we have the 2D lift, and if I go into the 2D lift here, it's basically you have a couple different points. It goes from point A to point B, and you can customize how long it stays there at the given point and what its travel time is in between the two, things like that. So then we also have these two children here and up here, just because we wanted different speeds, different timings for them for these locations. Then we have the enemy damage. So if I'm looking at over here, if we look at casting, we have this, when it begins overlap, we're casting to this red enemy and to the roller, so that when we're overlapping with those components, then we're applying damage to the character. We're reducing their health, and in the case of death, resetting their location. In addition, we actually are knocking the character back as well over here on the red enemy. And we're casting to the character to do that. For the player input, we just have the simple A and D. This makes the character run. We also have the spacebar jump, allows the character to jump. Then we also have, if I go here into the project settings, and into input, you can see we have also have the virtual joysticks as well. So if I clicked play, then you can see here that we have these as well. And I'm just going to remove that just so it's not in our way. Alright, so then for the user interface, we do have a start menu. So if we go into open level, main menu, we can see we do have a start menu here with an exit button and a start button. Then we also do have a pause menu. So I have P for pause. Press pause, and you can see basically the same thing. It's paused. Then we also just have this player health function. So when your character hits an enemy, then your character gets knockback damaged, and it displays that on the health bar. And then after that rundown, I'll just kind of show off the level and go across of it just so you can kind of see it. So we got a couple different enemies here. Alright, and just kind of go in the middle here, in between them. Alright. And I'm not going to trust that. I'm just going to let it run over and run back. Alright. And we got here and we won. So that is my game.